What is going on, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Bleeves, where we're going to talk about the market. Remember, ain't this a bitch? Hello, can you hear me? Looks like I have sound. All of my sound stuff is soundy. Was there no sound on the morning one again? I don't know. Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? Give me a shout out in chat if you can hear me. All right, cool. So, all right, we're going to get into the market. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the intro. So maybe it'll work. But anyway, good morning to everybody. I hope everybody's having a great morning so far. Um, um, what's going on? Martin, good morning. Neville, good morning. Mr. P Crypto, good morning. Drink up that coffee. 23 Bitcoin today. We saw 23 yesterday, my man. It's 24 Bitcoin today, maybe even 25. Downward pressure. I don't know if that downward pressure applies to us. That just applies to the U.S. markets and maybe not crypto in general. Jeff T, good morning. XP Hustler, good morning. Dalton, good morning. Bleeves, got that repeg incoming. I'm thinking in 2 months. I'm not sure yet. Waiting to see just a good announcement with an idea. There's plenty of ideas if you want to go check it. I think it's Agora .station.terra.money, whatever the address is. You go check that out and see that there's plenty of different proposals that are being made right now. BRL family's in the house. CEO 100 is here. What's up, Cameron? Who we missing here? Jason Frazier in the house. Rio's in the house. Richard Caldwell. Greg M in the house. Mark Kelly. What is going on, everybody? The Breeze is here. Sir Frederick and Ken Valera is here. Hole. Whoa. Thank you for tuning in. That looks like it might be from somewhere. Felipe Ortiz. Felipe, what is going on? Hope you're having a good morning. Sergio's in the house. Justin W. Thomas Brooks and Maddie B are here. Let's go look at the markets. Now, right now, you're going to see the markets. Remember, last night we were talking about these markets, and these markets were looking really good. And then all of a sudden, this is what we're getting. Negative 167, negative 22, and a negative 93 on the pre-markets, and the reason for that is very simple. We'll close that out on the earnings whisper. Danaher, now PBO, also People's Bank, they reported, but it's $95 million. It's not huge, and they beat. So that's not the ones that we're looking at. Danaher, this is medical equipment, stuff like that. 8.4 billion off of 7.7. So they did a good job. Johnson & Johnson, they beat pharmaceuticals and hair products, et cetera, manufacturing. Forrester Group reports. Forrester did not even come close to their number. But again, small cap. General Electric beats but guides lower. Now, you don't want to see them guiding lower, but they're letting people know that something might be happening. So that's fine. DR Horton beats. Now, this sounding good, right? We're just kind of hearing this, and it's sounding great right now. Atlantic Union Bank share reports, and they hit, by the way, even though it reports. But here's the big one. 3M misses, and out of all of those hits, this little one right here, 8 billion, and I say 8 billion because look, DR Horton beats at 7 billion. General Electric beats at 21 billion. 3M misses 228. The consensus was 234, and the revenue and everything were the same. So now the market's in a panic because 3M misses, right? Well, it gets better because then a few minutes later, Raytheon, and I mean, listen, Raytheon kills people, and killing is my business, and business is good. Then what's going on there, right? Well, turns out they got $1.27 per share on 18.1 billion revenue, and the estimate was 124. So they hit this, even though this says misses. This is that earnings whisper who can't do anything right. So Raytheon actually hits, right? So then we get clarity on that, and they're fine. But then we come up to the next one again, small one. Halliburton beats because not only do they kill people, they take the body away with you, for you, right? So ooh, spooky ooky. Well, then here's the big one that comes in: 35 million billion right here. Verizon misses on $1.19 a share for $1.20. Now, is the market super spooked about that? You really look at this and you have to ask yourself, how spooked is the market over a 1 penny miss on these earnings? Listen, I think that we're probably overreacting on this morning market. People are looking for reasons to basically fade this market. And as you can see here, there's not really 3M. Yes, you missed. Just you missed by 6 cents. So you can make an argument that it's bad. Verizon misses by a penny and everybody's losing their minds. I don't think so. Like I don't think that this is now, one of the things about Verizon is they did guide lower. So when you look at, the earnings that they were projecting for this year were about $5 a share. However, they're guiding to 455 to 485 for this year. So they're down a little bit. Yeah, the current consensus was $5. So they're guiding a little bit lower. So let's keep that in mind. But we go to Cambridge Bank Corp, small company. Then we go Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin kills people, but from the sky. And they crushed it, absolutely crushed it, but they guide lower. The company expects 23 earnings of 26.60 to 26.90 per share. Like if you own stock in the death machine, killing is my business and business is good. Always seems to be the case, right? Union Pacific. Now, you can get concerned that Union Pacific missed by 8 cents, but excuse me, it doesn't seem that much. Like it doesn't seem a reason for the market to panic. SFNC, nah, not really. PACCAR, 8.1 billion, 7.1, a huge win, right? Old National Bank, huge revenue, barely missed. So you're looking at all of these things and you're starting to feel like you see some misses and you see some reasons for dislike in the market right now, but there's nothing to justify what's happening in the market right now. And let's go back to that pre-market, because if you look at it, it's still down and people are like, what, am I stupid? You know what I mean? Like these guys have not looked in the mirror this morning and said, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I must be an idiot for looking at this stuff and being like nervous. And they're going to be nervous all day and they're going to talk about it. And you're going to see on CNBC, dude with the bow tie is going to be like, well, we're going to have to guide a little bit. It's going to be crazy, right? So that's where the markets are right now. I don't think this is a negative day, right? I don't feel like what played out so far on those misses is even worthy of a bad day. They were up 254, 270 points at one point last night, and now to be turned around completely to negative 154 seems a little bit insane, but that's the market. It's the early morning. We got about 18 minutes before the market opens. It'll probably open a little bit down, but I got a feeling they're going to just go for it, right? And the market will rapidly eat that up, and we're going to be looking at a positive day. Now, on to cryptocurrency. Market cap is 1 trillion 49 billion, and the volume is 56.8 billion. And you can see right here, Ethereum down about 0.5% in the last 24 hours, down 0.4% on the 24-hour. Bitcoin down just a little bit. You're starting to see that pullback that looks like a great buy opportunity that really kind of been looking for, in fact. And we go to the 1 hour here and see where everybody is trading. And let's do the worst. Threshold, Frac Share, Flow, Filecoin, Polygon down at 1%. So there's some opportunity. There could be some buy opportunities coming in soon. So check your charts and make accommodations for any buy opportunities that you might see. I am sitting here watching Ethereum, trying to wait for that buy-in opportunity. So I hope that it comes when I'm not live, because that's going to be like, oh, God damn it. So let's go over here and let's look at the market. You can see right here, this is where the market is. We're still up. We're still right on this 1.02. We're still in this little area where we're not really busting through, but we're kind of close. And to be fair here, like we still got a little bit of a ways to go before we get into this is the resistance, by the way. And this is I guess we should go back here. This is the resistance area from November. So remember, even though Bitcoin is doing better in the market right now, and it's over the November FTX collapse number, the entire market is 1,028,000,000,000, and we haven't gotten there yet. So there's still $28 billion or $27 billion that this market should be kind of quote unquote saturated with before we really are in that position where we've actually had that bust out move. And we should look up here at 1.33 trillion. That's going to be another big move, and that represents Elon Musk and his little, well, I need to sell my Bitcoin go ha 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 in order to buy Twitter. I mean, in case I need cash on hand. So, remember, he did sell all of his Bitcoin right here because he's a paper-handed hoe, but we give him a lot of street cred, that paper-handed hoe. For some reason, I don't know why that is actually, because, look, this is what Elon did. When you gave Elon an opportunity to be somebody, you know what, we're going to do this in green right now so that it looks, it doesn't look cool like that. Let's do purple. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, you dirty rat. All right, so now let's delete it. So you can see here, this is Elon's little moment in reminding you that he is not your friend, which that's important, by the way, to be reminded that Elon is a dirtbag. And then up here, this right here, this is where we were when everything really collapsed. This is where we had that move from the crash. This is, and we're going down, we're going down, we're going down. We're hearing rumors, but it's not actually happening. And then here's the crash of Luna Classic, right? So that point right there, 1.81 represents another big spot of resistance. And those are the three areas that we have to get through. If we're going to come out of the bear market, we're going to have to get over this one, and this one. And so far, we haven't done any of them. So just remember a couple of things. We need to go through these three pieces of resistance, and Elon Musk is a lying paper-handed hoe. Let's just remember that one and always keep that one in your pocket and know that that's true. Now, here's the good news. Jim Cramer urges investors to choose gold over crypto. So if you're wondering why there's such an inflow of money into crypto, it's because this dildo magnet decided that he's going to tell everybody to invest in gold. Peter Schiff, that other weirdo, who said, get your money out of crypto right now and invest it in gold. Look, at some point, it feels almost like these guys are crying to you, like, you should put your money in gold because that's the only way for their money to start moving upward, right? So it's just it's so weird. It's just so weird that these two guys themselves just are never right. Like, the funny thing is, this guy, he does it every day. Like, you can't be more wrong than this guy and still have a job every single day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just absolutely crazy that he's given a space. But he said, just in, Kramer warns investors, stay away from crypto and stick to gold. Kramer said the charts, as interpreted by Carly Garner, suggest you need to ignore the crypto cheerleaders now that Bitcoin's bouncing. And if you seriously want a real hedge against inflation or economic chaos, she says you should stick with gold. And I agree. And Carly Garner apparently doesn't know shit, right? Because even Gareth Soloway, now he's a master trader. He's not just some guy on that has a TV show where people laugh and don't listen, right? Like, he has no idea what he's talking about. And I'm talking about Jim Cramer. And Gareth Soloway is way more bullish than these half-ass ding-dongs. So I don't know. That's just me, but we're going to move on here because this says Bitcoin Puel multiple leaves bear zone. Bull rally here. Now, and they're asking the question. They're not saying that it is, but here's the thing right here. As minor revenue shifts, these holders develop into roughly more likely to promote Bitcoin, um, which as is an element that may have an effect on the worth of crypto. Thus, when the Puel A number is larger than one, Bitcoin could also be thought of as overvalued, whereas being lesser than this worth would possibly recommend the coin is undervalued. The related indicator right here is not to be the Puel A number itself, however, it's the price of change. The ROC shows the velocity at which any metric modifier it's worth over an outline interval, particularly the 365-day ROC of the Puel A number uh, within the present dialogue. Here's a chart that exhibits the development on the indicator over the course of the completely different Bitcoin cycles. So within the above graph, the quant has marked the related zones for the Bitcoin Puel number at 365-day ROC. It looks as if the tops have taken place within the crypto value each time, and the metric has touched the crimson line. Whereas the mid-cycle highs have been set across the orange line. And it might seem like the bear market has lasted, whereas the indicators have been across the inexperienced line. It additionally seems like transitions to and from bear markets have typically adopted the dotted line traditionally, and this guy's using way too many values. Jesus Christ. All right. Sorry about that article. God damn. On the time of writing, Bitcoin is buying and selling around 22,008. Look, this chart right here says that we are here's tops, here's all the information that you need, this is where we are, this is how it plays out, this is how it's always played out, and this is telling us right here that we are out of the bear market and we are into the mid-cycle run and we're looking for that move. Now, that does mean, of course, if you look at this, you look at this, and you look at this, they all look the same, right? Because that's the way that it plays out. So what happens next? Well, let's extrapolate what happens based on what this looks like. And let's turn it yellow so it looks like we're actually continuing what these people are doing. And if we do that, then we've got this is the bear, and then we go up here. We got the mid cycle, right? So now we've got this now mid cycle, and then back down, and then boom, we've got the top coming. So this is where we are, which means that we're at the end, and this is that mid cycle. Again, doesn't mean that we're not going to have bottoms, doesn't mean that we're not going to have bottoms, just means that those bottoms should not be as high as the tops were. So hopefully that plays out. Now, let's move on. Now, the reason the other day that, if you remember, CZ Binance typed 4 in when BitZlotto was going down from the US DOJ? Well, there's a reason, apparently, because Binance processed nearly 346 million of Bitcoin trades for crypto exchange BitZlotto. BitZlotto was shuttered last week and its founder arrested in Miami after being charged by the Department of Justice with money laundering. And remember, Binance was being investigated for money laundering. So now we start to have, and we start to make the connections over here. Does that mean that Binance is involved? Does not mean that Binance is involved. Just means that they executed the trades for these people. Binance processed 346 million worth of Bitcoin transactions for crypto exchange BitZlotto, Reuters reported Tuesday, citing data by blockchain research firm Chainalysis. The world's largest crypto exchange by trade volume, Binance, according to the story, did 205,000 transactions with BitZlotto between May of 2018, where the DOJ was searching Binance. Remember, this does tie back to the thing that Binance was under investigation. And its closure last week after the U.S. Department of Justice charged it and its founder with money laundering. About 90 million worth of Bitcoin transfers were carried out after August of 2021, according to the report, which was when Binance said it would start demanding stricter background checks from clients in order to fight financial crime. So after it said it was going to stop and it was going to do better job, it still processed a quarter of the transactions and continued to go on with BitZlotto, even though it doesn't make it clear that something was going on with BitZlotto. But I thought these guys knew each other and stuff like that. So, we'll see. Binance last week was named as one of the 3 Bitslotto top 3 counterparties by the U.S. Treasury Financial Crime Enforcement Network. Neither Binance nor Chainalysis immediately responded to CoinDesk's request for comment. So Binance in hot water again. Now, it gets even better for Binance. Binance mistakenly mixed crypto exchanges' client funds with B token collateral. The exchange said is in the process of transferring the collateral out of the shared wallet. Now, guys, every time crypto.com, every time Coinbase, every time, dare I say it, any cryptocurrency exchange screws up, who's out there telling you that they need to stop screwing up? CZ Binance. It's every single time that there's something going on with some other exchange. Who's the guy at the forefront saying, those guys shouldn't do that? It's always CZ Binance. And guess what? He's the worst of them all. And remember this when we have that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried discussion, because don't forget, CZ Binance has been everybody's hero. I have been here since the beginning telling you he is not a good person, right? I've been here since the beginning telling you this man is not your friend. He is a billionaire. They are not good people. You don't become a billionaire in anything by being a good person. You become a billionaire by wrecking people, because that's how you make money in crypto, really, right? This is just a wealth transfer at its best. Binance generates money off of crypto. Some of those cryptos, a majority of those cryptos, don't do anything. They're just being traded. Now, one day they might have some value. So this is some weird and oddity stuff that's happening right now. So $346 million worth of criminal activity has gone through Binance that we know of at this point, and they're just mixing funds. Oops, my bad. Remember, CZ Binance is the same guy that told you if somebody's moving their Bitcoin around from one place to the other, they've got something to hide. And then he did it while they were doing their proof of reserves. And he said, ha 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 ha, except this time. So look, I'm telling you right now, something is wrong at Binance. There's something wrong, and I'm not saying that there's a problem with the exchange or something like that, but they are obviously there's obviously an influence in their doing things they should not be doing, and I'm holding CZ in my mind accountable for it because he's the boss over there, and he's the guy that comes out here and talks crazy stuff about every other exchange. But the reality is he's at the heart of the place where a lot of this stuff is happening. So what does that make him? So I mean, that's a simple question that just needs a simple answer, right? Like it's not unfair to say, it's not unfair to say something is going on at Binance that probably needs to be investigated. But right here, this could resonate like what FTX and Alameda did on a daily basis. An audit would generally highlight such shortcomings and ask to remedy it immediately. He said, if Binance was regulated, this would be an essential part of their internal controls. So how is this essential part of their controls not being done? These are the things that we're finding out right now. Again, we called Sam Bankman-Fried a hero because he was going to save us with Voyager Digital. This guy was a hero until we found out what a villain he was, right? Well, CZ is our new hero, and he ain't no hero. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's move on. Now, Volt price action 86.37. You can see it here on this little trend line on this chart, and it's holding that support level right now, but it's going to have to start moving in that upward fashion. We do have there is, oh god damn, it's almost in the buy zone. I told you I'm going to be on this. I'm going to be doing this live, and I think this is going to be man. 1600, by the way. If ETH drops to 1600, that's the buy zone, right? So here we go. So Volt is at 86.37. ETH is up here at 1613. So hopefully we're going to get that. Hopefully it's going to be, you know what I mean? But let's answer the question here. How many new holders did Volt Inu get over the last 24 hours? So we refresh this screen, and this is the crypto crypto holder tracker. So in the last hour, 0, but in the last day, 21 new holders for Volt Inu. In 1 month, 973. 3 months 6,854, 6-month change 33,168. So you can see what the holder count looks like over that period of time. So you do see a positive flow of new holders coming into Volt Inu, with the spike having happened predominantly around January 19. It looks like that was the big move right there. Let's put that away and let's talk about the burn rate, which total burns in the past day $698. Now I think that there should be more than that. You know what I mean? Like I think that there should be more than that. It's just not happening. It could be volume related. It could be that we're not making specific guidelines, stuff like that. It could be we're waiting for that Volta change mass adoption where we start to see it. But you can see here, past 1 week, we burned 13,840. That one day just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like a nice day. Looks like about a half day. You know what I mean? So but again, let's that's two chains, by the way. So there's two 138 trillion supply split up 69 trillion on Binance and Uniswap. So there's two chains. But 1 hour change for Shiba Inu, 24 new holders. 1 day change, 2,000 new holders in 1 day on Shiba Inu. Now this to me is telling me that retail money is coming back in. In 1 month, it's added 29,947 new holders. Now, I do think that when people are coming in, they're coming into Shiba Inu, and that's the retail baby. That's the retail darling. So if we're going to see some inflow, then that's going to be where it comes from, right? So this is kind of a good thing. Like I feel really good about what is going on with Shiba Inu because that means that the retail rally is in full effect. And if that's the case, then that's going to be awesome. Let me reset that to make sure that I got the right number here. All right, so it's a little bit off. It's 12 in the last hour. It needed to refresh, and then 1,763 over the course of the last day. So that's still a good number, right? We're still getting quite a few. These are really good numbers. So again, we're going to move on from that, and we're going to look at Floki. Floki, let's refresh because I do have these pegged over here, so you have to kind of refresh. Now, Floki, by the way, if you're wondering how many holders your crypto has, Floki has 340,000 holders. 357,725 holders are holding Floki tokens, which is why the Floki ecosystem is becoming so massive. But it's lost 4 holders in the last hour, gained 80 on the day and 1,100 on the month. By the way, not as much as Volt has gained. So think about that for a second. Floki is the big ecosystem, or one of the big ecosystems on the block. And guess what? Volt is outperforming Floki. Now, over here, we've got Saitama, and we don't need a burn tracker for Saitama. We just need the holder. Saitama has 140,420, but let's refresh that just in case. 7 new holders in the last hour, 179 in the last day, and then 2,000 holders in the last month, which again, that's right on lines with that's right on. Look, Saitama is right in line with Volt. These tokens are starting to move into the positive. They're starting to gain more enthusiasm. They're starting to gain is basically what I'm saying. They're starting to gain. So let's go over here and let's look, and it looks like as you can see right here, everything has moved into short territory. Now here's what you're looking for. You're looking for strong variation to let you know whether we got downside coming. 54%, 52%, 53%. I can't scroll with that. God damn it. You know what, by the way, we got to refresh this because I think yeah. So then we've got another one down here. This one moved over to the positive, but we got 60% right here, 57% right here, 53. So the shorts are about to take control is what this really looks like. That really kind of tells me that this market is probably about to correct to the downside. We come over here and we look at the 24-hour totals, and you just see that there's a large amount of control over here. The shorts, the longs still have some good position, but again, 60%, 52%. That means that the shorts are going to be in control at some point very soon. So be very careful with what's going on right now. And let's get back over here because the market is shaking out. And we're going to come back over here to the 1 hour and look at this dump that we're getting right now. So we've had that move down. Bitcoin is correcting down. Again, Bitcoin's just going to test this, should just test this heart line right here and shouldn't. Maybe we don't see the outflows. I don't know the case yet. So we'll see how that plays out. Ethereum. So Ethereum, what we really would like to see is that continued stretch down because it looks like it hit that heart line at 1604 and then started bouncing back. And we don't want to see that if you're trying to get in. What you're trying to see and what you're trying to get out of it is you're trying to get into this position down here because again, that's where you make the big move. So if you can get some downward momentum here, then we're all to the good. But look, this was at 995 just a second ago, and the money is coming back into the market as we speak. The Dow Jones was down 157 when it started. It's now down 151, so it's starting to move in wonky fashion. It was down to 140, and it just now it's up to 161. So a little bit unsettled. I do think the day is going to end up being a good day. So and by the way, Ethereum is down way bigger than Bitcoin, but it was not up way more than Bitcoin. So something's going on with Ethereum. The shine is off, at least for the moment, on Ethereum, which would indicate to me that we're due. This is a consolidation little period right here that we're due for a big move. But again, I said that this thing was coming in the wrong direction here. Now, you could also argue, by the way, that in looking at this thing in looking at this thing on the long term, that you could see right here, like through that channel right there, that this was playing out and this was playing out. And I don't want to get too complicated right there because now it just looks like dueling channels. You could also take this away at this point and just say, well, let's do this and remove it. And you could still see that what you did is you went through this channel, you came down underneath, you went back over, you tested at the top, then you came back down, you're in the heart line right now, and now you're testing this bottom, but it's still the same channel. So it's all perspective. I see it going downwards right now off of this. It's still a bearish sort of flag, right? It's a bear flag coming off of a bear flag. So it's still in a bearish sort of position. But that big move right there, you would hope would kind of invalidate it and move it to like the next leg up. But we're seeing this thing play out, and it's just testing those bottoms. So that's what it looks like. So here we are. And god damn it, it's not, okay. So listen, if we can get that downward move again, like you still have to respect this line right here. God damn it. You still have to respect that there is a trend line going in this direction, and you have to find like where is it going to land. And if that's going to be the case, then you're looking at a 1575 or something on the Ethereum price before it pumps back up. And that's the play to make, because if that happens and you get the monster run that really looks like it could happen, but if you get the monster run here, then you're talking about hitting 1570 on Ethereum in short order, in the next hour or two, and then all of a sudden you got to go boom, and you're going to hit this, because this channel still seems to be respected even if it breaks out real quick and comes back in. So if we touch down here, even if we touch this 1596 number right here, that would still be a good spot to bounce off of, because you can see right here, even though it touched down here, it was still that 1596 area. Same thing over here. It's just that trend line's going down. So you want to see this kind of test that and then pump. But if it pumps over and gets back in the channel like this did, then you're looking at a massive gain. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then we're going to move on now because we're running low on time. And we're not going to cover too much. Crow, by the way, at 8.2 cents, so it's in a pretty decent position. But Decanect up big time. 1166. As you can see here, it's up 137% in the last 24 hours. Money flows are on the out right now after being in for a good period of time. Saitama trading at 27.38. Money flow on the out right now, but it had been green and it had been pumping back up. Lillian money flow is, Jesus Christ, in the green, it looks like. All right, so no, it's in the red. But the Lillian pump actually, there was one, so that happened. It's kind of trending right around the top of its local high right now. So waiting for a revival in whatever's going on over there. Terra, same thing, just kind of it's just sideways, but sideways and in an upward fashion. People are still nervous. You can see right here in the last 1 hour, only one buy. In the last 6 hours, only 3 buys in 6 hours. In 24 hours, 19 buys and 5 sells. People are just still nervous and waiting to see, is Milton going to cash out one more time? And are we their liquidity in order to meet their payroll? Or can the Terrarium exchange fund itself at this point? And that is going to be an indicator on whether this price action is going to move. Because I'm telling you right now, if we zoom out and we do like let's call it a 4 hour, and we look at it, then we're seeing a nice sort of move back up since the beginning of 2023. So if that continues, then we should see some 4,000 price action very, very soon. But we need to get to this spot right here. This is the kind of the area. So we'll put a line down here and say that by that point right here, that's going to be our payroll date. And that's the date that we're looking for, and we'll even do a call out here and call it payroll with a question mark. There's the question. Do we have payroll at that point? If we don't have payroll at that point, then legitimately you can expect that this is going to start moving up a lot quicker. Okay. It'll move up a lot quicker if there is no payroll. If there is payroll, then you can expect more downside. That's all there is to it. Now, Bone trading at $1.3937, still not in the buy zone. It's just in that consolidation sort of phase. If you're looking to make a play on Bone, I would not recommend it until you're getting at least $1.30 or $1.19, and preferably $1.19 or a little breakdown even further. But you can see the money flow down at the bottom is starting to move back into the positive. You can see this move, it curled and now it's coming back up. So you probably are looking at a pump on Bone, but I don't know how much or for how long. It might just be like just like this. It might just be some sideways action. So you never know. Bull Run Life trading at 214 right now. Again, just a little bit sideways to the downside though. So if it's forming any sort of flag or pennant or something like that, it's not a good one at this point. But the money flow has been coming in for the last bunch of, for the last at least 24 hours. So it's still in a good position. Just look, I got in at 56 cents. So at 214, I'm still up 4x. So I'm not complaining about anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm still way up, and we're still adding new holders, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm not feeling bad about the position. RBIF, nothing going on. 18 and 8 in the last couple hours. 3 buys, 3 sells in the last hour. Nothing. Shib, you can see here. This is what activity looks like. 3 buys, 3 sells on Shib in the last hour. That's how low volume is right now. 21 buys, 30 sells on Shib. 24 hours, 139 buys, 164 sells. So, everybody's kind of feeling it. Kabosu had a nice 9 ETH pump, a nice 9 ETH pump. You know what I mean? And right over here, and like these Jeets, paper-handed, dirty little hoes just ate that up. Like that's crazy to me that these weak-handed, these weak-handed Jeets are just cashing out the moment somebody gets in. These little weak hands just sold. These little weak hands sold. These little weak hands, sold. Uh, so whatever pump that you got off of that 9 ETH already invalidated, but you are in breakout mode. So that's just an hour candle or 4-hour candle. The 1-hour candle, you can probably look at it and maybe you're on this breakout, you're testing this as support, and you're going to start moving. You got green inflows at the moment. WAGMI games 30-36 as expected, no movement. Um, again, no buys or sells in the last 1 hour, one buy and two sells in the last 6 hours, 24 hours, four buys, six sells. So just no volume. Volt, two buys, one sell, 8 and 7, 43 and 25. Somebody's coming back in. That's a good point right there. 43 and 25 does mean that the enthusiasm is still there. Hulk, 53.86. Probably not a lot of activity. Yeah, just one buy and one sell in the last little while. MMAI 40.87, 2 and 10, 0 and 1, and nothing. That's not good right there. That's two buys and 10 sells. And that's just look, paper-handed Jeets be paper-handed Jeets, right? And Kudo 1481, three buys, 18 sells. Again, not good. One buy, four sell. Again, not good. One buy, that's good. BCB 129 and 87, 22 and 29 in the last hour, four buys and six sells. So you're starting to see that cascade to the downside there. How does that correct? Is that look, by the way, if you're looking, let's talk about this BCB for just a second here. Now, remember, I did do a promotional video for them, and I was super excited about what I saw. This represents a point of support and resistance, and then you have another one basically right after it. And then after you get to that, then you have this kind of right here. So these are I mean, the best buy zone for you in this regard would be 52.87. Not sure it goes down there, but if it does, that is a great buy opportunity. And this otherwise, you've got this 65.13 area, which is going to bounce it up to 79. And what's that percentage? What is our percentage if we do from 65 to fucker? That's a 24% run. So yeah, let's not hate on. I guess we won't. Let's do that one more time. What is that? 23%. Okay, so look, you can make significant gains at 23%, especially what's the tax on this? Tokenomics are doesn't seem to be any yeah, so I guess there's no taxes on BCB. We'll have to I thought I did this already and I didn't see one. So maybe there isn't. And that's how oh yeah, it's because they're holding a large supply. That's what it was about. But that's 23% in one swoop right here. So it would not be a bad idea to make a play on BCB right now. Something else to remember is, however, there is a line forming on the downward slope at this point. So if there is a pump and you're looking to make a play on this little area right here, then it should be noted that if there is a pump, it's going to stop in the 15% range if it respects this channel. So, between 15-17% is going to be your max gain right there. But hey, if you can gain 15-17% on a nice trade, why not? You know what I mean? So watch it and pay attention if you're interested. Anyway, that's my time, guys. Got to go. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Come back for bedtime with Bleeves tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. be there or be already tucked in and in bed. But even if you are, you could cast it to your TV. So there's no excuse to not watch me at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. every day. All right, guys, you have a good day, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining.